Not everyone's going to be an actor.
I'm here enrolled in the theatre arts program, specifically interested in directing and playwriting.
But we'll become classical singers, we'll become classical instrumentalists, we'll become composers. They might become arrangers, they might become designers, and likewise they may turn to stage management and to becoming full-fledged directors.
I live in the US, but over here the melting pot is very real.
Yes.
Yeah, you're done.
Over here, there's very real diversity over here.
Yes.
It's at times it's an uncomfortable diversity.
Like how?
We have there's a centuries-old culture. There was monarchy in this area, and there were influences from Central Asia. People had come from Central Asia. This particular region had seen people come and go from Central Asia, from West Asia, from the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
So you have those influences, cultural as Africa, yeah. So even from the basic thing, even just like, for example, racial diversity, you can pretty much find many races here. From, I would say, Caucasian, because from Central Asia, people had come here, and they're similar to that. And to Africa, because Africans had come in through trade, to then natives over here. So there's racial diversity, the very basic one. Then beyond that, in thought, we've gone through colonial period. So there's actually you'll see the East and West the philosophies of the East and West over here, and also the complexity of the North-South. Ethnic linguistic. You'll see different languages over here as well, and the languages. I sort of jokingly, this is like sort of an inside joke, that some of the languages sound like Pashto will sound very German, Italian, Punjabi sounds very Italian, like in terms of its body language, and Sindhi sounds very Spanish. Anyway, so there's that,
it's all very, very diverse. People from Caucasia, people from Arabs, Africans. If you go to the coastal area, to Makran, you will see real Africans there. Makranis are Africans. They came from Africa. They were brought here. And then within Pakistan, the ethnic divisions of frontier, Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, very different people. Then linguistic, different languages. All of them speak different languages. Then there is also rich and poor diversity. Very rich, very poor. Then the issue of East and West. I think we are.
The national experience has been through a period of colonization. Then before the colonization, there was a period of monarchy, which was indigenous. Then we've been through periods of, if you want to talk about economic ideologies, we've been through periods of some would say crony capitalism. Some would say we've been through that period. We've been through a period of socialist thought as well. 70s would be very, very left of center. So today when we sit, all those undercurrents are here, and those thoughts keep, when you read opinions, those references I hear very much in the conversations. They're implicit in the conversations here. So much of what you said about endowments is, this doesn't have to be on camera.
No, I like that.
It has to do with economies of scale. So many of the endowments set up in the US were set up by individuals of influence. They got there. Now there's corporate sponsorship to many of the endowments, but they got started by individuals, and one has to look forward to a time when individuals here step forward and set up endowments to support, to create islands of beauty and excellence.
Oh, wonderful. But basis of everything, I feel, is prosperity of the nation, economic development of the nation. The economy ought to be going forward, investments coming in, people becoming more prosperous. There is no more money available to them to spend, and because these are appreciation of art and culture. A person has to have resources much beyond merely feeding himself and keeping alive, to then be able to go and enjoy all this. So therefore, I think basic bottom line is prosperity of the nation. As the nation keeps prospering, the living conditions of the people keep improving. They'll move more towards art and culture and tourism, visiting Pakistan and seeing places, all to do with your financial standard, really.
The enrichment of the country.
Yes.
Yes, in all areas.
Yes. And then if the nation is not really economically strong, you have a limited amount of resources. Can you spend those resources on your upkeep of your monuments? I mean, you would like to go for education and health and so many other things that you need to do. So therefore, these the soft waste, as I keep saying, the culture, the heritage, all this gets ignored because there are so many other things to be done. So really, the basis of everything is the economic well-being of the nation, and then its people, the prosperity of its people. That is when they start moving around, seeing, touring, enjoying music, going and seeing these historical monuments, etc. Everything is related to your economic well-being, really.
Yes, I agree with you. You know, I've been fortunate. When I was in America and in Hollywood, I met a man from Pakistan who was an extremely talented man, and he introduced me to his family, and part of his family still live here, and we're part of the heritage of Pakistan from the beginning. They introduced me to a lot of things, and that's what made me interested. I know that this country fascinates me, its history, its beauty, its culture, and so I'm happy actually to be here. As we leave today, we hope that some wonderful music that I know is some of your favorite will be played. And as I understand, you're sitting in the exact chair that you sit in when you enjoy the music.
Yes.
That you listen to.
Yeah, this is my chair because of the fact that it's near the telephone. But somehow one gets becomes a habit to sit in one particular place. Whenever I enter, I come and sit on this chair. And they also have the habit of leaving the chair for me now.
Well, again, Sam, thank you, and I know you've given me a lot more time than I expected, and I really appreciate that.
No, I think may I also thank you for what you've done.
Wow, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.